It begins with a single determined figure, a lone penguin, etched against an endless canvas of white. The wind howls, sculpting snow and ice. The colony bustles with life, but this penguin turns away. It steps out, not toward the sea, but toward the silent mountains. No hesitation, just a quiet, unsettling purpose. Why does it go? The question lingers in the cold air. This small bird, marching into emptiness, has captured the world's imagination. Its journey feels monumental, a simple act, yet deeply symbolic. We watch as the distance grows, the colony's noise fading into the wind. The penguin becomes a tiny speck against the vast expanse. It's a haunting image, stirring a sense of shared solitude. We're not just watching an animal, we're witnessing a story that feels uncomfortably familiar. The penguin's march has become a pilgrimage for millions. The Antarctic light gives everything a surreal, ethereal quality. The mountains loom, promising only cold and emptiness, yet the penguin walks on. In a world that demands conformity, this penguin chooses the unknown. Its quiet defiance has made it a hero for our times. The image is haunting because it taps into a primal human feeling, the urge to walk away. Sometimes the only way forward is to turn your back on the world and just keep walking. It was a storm no one saw coming. Not of snow, but of shares and likes. In early 2026, a grainy video of a lone penguin walking across a desolate landscape went viral. No dramatic music, just wind and the sight of a solitary creature. At first, a few shared it, then thousands, then millions. The clip from a 2-decade-old documentary struck a global chord. It became the digital phenomenon of the year. TikTok set it to melancholic music. Twitter made it a reaction GIF. Instagram filled with art and essays. The penguin became an icon, a shorthand for modern exhaustion and the fantasy of escape. People saw themselves in its lonely walk. The internet, usually noisy and divided, found a moment of quiet understanding in this one small bird. Why did it resonate? Maybe it was post-holiday fatigue or a deeper collective exhaustion. The penguin offered a simple, radical narrative, the act of walking away. Its journey became a symbol for a generation desperate for a break. To understand the penguin's journey, we travel back to 2007. Werner Herzog's documentary, Encounters at the End of the World, introduced us to this penguin. Herzog's voice added existential weight to the scene. A researcher explained, sometimes a penguin becomes disoriented and marches inland, away from survival. It's a journey with no hope, a tragic anomaly. Herzog's narration was poetic, filled with empathy and mystery. The original scene was brief but unforgettable, a solitary figure plodding toward doom. For years, it was a powerful but obscure moment in documentary history. Then, in 2026, the clip was stripped of context and uploaded online. Freed from Herzog's voice, people projected their own meanings onto the image. The penguin was no longer deranged, it was determined. Its journey became a conscious choice, not a tragic mistake. The origin story matters, but the meme's power lies in reinterpretation. An old image found new meaning in a new era. The penguin's second life was born from our need to see ourselves in its march.
Scientifically, the penguin's march is a tragic error, a rare case of disorientation. Its internal compass fails, sending it away from food and safety. The journey inland is a slow march towards starvation and hypothermia. From a biological standpoint, it's a failure, a glitch in instinct.
But the public sees something else entirely. Where science sees a lost animal, millions see a courageous act of rebellion. The penguin becomes a symbol for breaking free, for forging one's own path. Its walk is no longer about biology, but about a spiritual quest. This is where science and symbolism diverge. The facts matter less than the feelings the image evokes. The penguin's journey resonates because it speaks to our longing for meaning and escape. Sometimes the story we see is more powerful than the truth. The lonely penguin became the unofficial mascot for the great human burnout. In 2026, the pressures of modern life reached a breaking point. We live in a world of constant connectivity and relentless demands. Our jobs follow us home, our social lives are curated, and rest is elusive. Millions feel exhausted and emotionally drained. The penguin's walk became a perfect metaphor for our collective state of mind. The colony represents everything we want to escape. Endless emails, meetings, and expectations. The penguin's steady march towards silence is the fantasy of logging off and walking away. It's not laziness, it's a need for peace and quiet. The Antarctic interior becomes a symbol of tranquility, not death. For the burnt-out, the penguin's journey is a pilgrimage to a place without demands. The penguin's rejection of the colony is a rejection of conventional success. Its lonely journey is a statement. Sometimes the most meaningful thing is to choose your own direction.
Once the penguin clip went viral, meme culture took over. The image became a template for everything from minor frustrations to existential angst. The simplest memes were direct, me after one minor inconvenience. Humour made the fantasy of escape relatable. Different groups adopted the penguin as their own. For professionals, it symbolised quitting a toxic job. For students, it was exam stress. The penguin became a universal icon of modern stress and the urge to escape.
Some memes turned motivational. Dare to walk your own path. The penguin became a hero of individualism and courage. Its journey was a blank canvas for anyone's story. Meme culture amplified the penguin's meaning, turning it into 1,000 stories. The meme cemented the penguin as a true icon of our digital age.
In the full documentary, there's a moment often cut from viral clips. After walking far from the colony, the penguin stops and looks back. It's a fleeting gesture, but it changes everything. That glance is heavy with unspoken emotion, doubt, regret, or maybe a final goodbye.
The look back makes the story deeply human. It's not just about escape, it's about the complexity of leaving. The penguin's hesitation acknowledges the pain of change. Even the bravest acts are tinged with sadness and uncertainty. That glance is the heart of the story, a moment of internal conflict. For those who saw themselves in the penguin, this was the most poignant moment.
It's easy to dream of walking away, but hard to do it without looking back. After the pause, the penguin turns forward and continues its march. The look back isn't weakness, it's what makes the journey real. The viral penguin isn't really about a penguin, it's about us. We project our emotions and desires onto the natural world. A disoriented bird becomes a brave individualist. The penguin's journey is a blank slate for our own stories.
This projection is how we make sense of the world. Social media amplifies this, turning images into shared language. The penguin became emotional shorthand. I feel lost. I want to be free.
Our relationship with nature is now mostly digital. We romanticize the wild, turning animals into characters in our dramas. The penguin is a protagonist, the colony, society, the mountains, destiny.
This isn't bad. It's empathy, a way to connect beyond our species. The viral moment shows we're still drawn to simple, elemental stories. The penguin in the ice became a mirror for our own lonely, hopeful hearts.
The image of the penguin walking away has become a modern fable. It speaks to the tension between community and the call of the unknown. We're social creatures, but also restless individuals. The penguin's journey reminds us conformity isn't the only path.
Its story offers not answers, but questions. What keeps us in place, comfort or cages? The penguin's walk invites introspection. It encourages us to consider our own daunting, lonely paths.
The appeal of walking away is timeless, the story of the explorer, the rebel, the outsider. In our high-pressure world, this story is newly relevant. The penguin's rebellion is quiet, a dignified departure. Sometimes, the most radical act is to walk in a new direction, guided by your own compass.
Perhaps the penguin wasn't walking toward nothing, but toward everything. The journey for the penguin and for us continues.